Alright, Sunday fun day has arrived. It ain't raining, so thank God for that. So what we're doing today is not much. Not really going to be a video here for you. So the 55 gasser project, the door glass, it doesn't roll down, doesn't roll up. Obviously it's rolled up. So yank the door panels off, and I'm going to try and lubricate and get everything freed up, which we all know this could take all of 15 minutes and can take all of bloody all day. So that's why I say it ain't going to be much of a video, but anyway, you can see the remains of the door panel. So it's just seized in there solid. So I'm going to pull these panels, get in here, lubricate it good. Same as the passenger side, you got to pull the panels there, lubricate it good, and try and get it working, because granted you can buy all this stuff new, but like I say, this is a low budget build. Low budget nowadays depends where you want to go, I guess. There's low budget where you can shop around for years and go to swap meets and friends and Facebook Marketplace and Kijiji and Craigslist and keep hunting and hunting till you find everything. And then there's my low budget where if I have to buy the odd thing new, I will buy it, but I'm going to avoid buying as much as I can new for this car or reproduction. I'm going to try and use what I've got and find stuff at the swap meets and on Facebook. But if I'm looking for something, say I'm looking for taillights, I know you can buy them new, and I don't find them after, if I don't find them near the end and I need taillights, I'm just going to go buy them new. You know what I'm saying? Where some people just know we're going to hold on till we get a good set, and that is the true way of building a low budget car. There's no doubt about it. Just taking your time. But I'm not in a panic for this car. I don't plan on driving it next summer. But I also, I'm not willing to take 4 or 5 years just to save 50 or 60 bucks on a part, right? So we'll see where it goes, but we'll try and keep it down. We'll try as hard as we can, and at the end, I'll give you an idea where my budget is, like what I spent into this car, and we'll go from there. And yeah, so I guess we'll play with some glass right now. Oh, here's an example. I picked up this bumper. I don't have a rear bumper. So I picked up this really nice bumper. There's no dents in it. It's got the guards on it, it's got the brackets on it, it's got the lights still in the guards, it's got everything in there. And there we go. Beautiful bumper. And I didn't get it for the cheapest price, but I didn't spend a lot. I don't know, maybe you guys will be laughing at me. Some guys might say, hey, I get a bumper like that for 20 bucks. If you're in America, be careful now, because you guys have more of this stuff laying around than we do up here in BC, and it's a little easier for you guys to get, I assume. But anyway, the price I paid on the bumper was I paid 100 bucks. And I don't think I can go wrong, because when I go to automotive swap meets and stuff like that, I see the bumper core people will run around at these swap meets, and they're paying anywhere from 100 to 200 bucks for a bumper like this for core, and then they rechrome it. So I think I did good at $100. I got the guards, I got an absolutely straight bumper with no dents in it, and I got all the brackets, which I was missing. So that's good to me. Now back in the day, many years ago when I was building cars, shit, a bumper like that would be 15, 20 bucks, right? But it is what it is today. But hey, $100 is way cheaper than me going out and spending. I think they make reproduction ones, and I think they're like 600 American, and for us, our dollar the way it is, that's like close to 800 Canadian. Believe it or not, time it's shipped and brought up here, it's like I ain't spending 800 bucks on a bumper, and I don't need a nice, fancy, shiny bumper. Now in the meantime, you never know. Maybe another bumper will come along, better deal, better chrome, look better. I'll grab that. Then guess what? I'll sell this. Try and make a profit off it, so I have more money towards the car, and if I don't, as long as I break even, it's a thumbs up, right? So, anyway. Okay, well, I'm going to get to work on playing with the door glass. See where it goes from there. Okay, well, 45 minutes later, and I've got I don't know if I can do this, but they're still a little stiff because I'm letting them lubricate up. There you go, you can see it. Windows are rolling up and down on that side. It's actually getting a little better. I got the old WD sitting in there. It's all sorts of stuff. I got honey goo, WD, liquid ranch. There's all sorts of stuff you can use. On this one, I just shot some old WD-40 in there, grabbed what was handy, and whoops, wrong way down. And there we go. So hey, it's working. So we'll, yeah, I'm happy with that. We'll move on and see what we can do next here. I'm not too sure. Maybe I'll start taking care of some of this rust that's in the windshield here that you saw in the last video. The only reason I'm not, like, I'm really excited. I want to get started. I'm going to be spraying this. Someone mentioned you got a texture spray. I realize that, you know, I'm going to texture spray all that. I'm really excited to get started putting a quarter panel on. I got with this car here, but the problem was, like I say, this piece was rotten, and I'm waiting for it, so it's on order. I'm hoping it'll be in the end of this week coming, if not next week. And once I get that on, then it's quarter panel time. Once I put the quarter panel on, it's rocker panel time. Once I get that done, then I'm going to move around the back, and I'm going to attempt to address all this rust in here, which I've got the pieces for. So that's, you know, that's like one whole side of the car done. And I've already got a door, a mint rust-free door, already bodyworked and finished off, waiting in the shop over there in the body shop, along with a mint trunk lid that Sean has bodyworked for me now, and looking good. Obviously we have a restoration shop here, so I'm going to do the bodywork on this car nice. Why wouldn't I? I'm not going to chunk it together. So rust-free trunk lid, rust-free door. Got a new quarter going on this side. I got 2 new rockers. Car's getting there. Car's getting there slowly, but I need parts. I need that. I need that piece. So anyway, maybe I'll deal with the window now. We'll see where we take it. Okay, well I've cleaned up. I'm not worried about cleaning this up because this quarter is coming off, but I've cleaned up all you can see here, all around the rear window. Decided to clean that up. I'm always a firm believer, if anything, if you're not going to strip a car to bare metal, if you're not, I'll tell you one thing you should do. You should always try and knock the edges down. You should try and knock the edges down at least and feather it in. If you're not stripping it down, what I mean by feathering it in is knock this edge down of paint off it and then feather it in, so you're going to have bare metal. If you can envision, you're going to have a small strip of bare metal and then feather it in like that. That's my opinion if you don't want to strip it down, and I'll tell you why. Because edges get built up with paint. And when you get chips on the door edges, it's because there's so much paint on there. Like if you actually literally look at this, it's hard to tell with this car though because they're always peeling off. I don't know if you can see this, but where are we here? If you look right here, the paint's bumping out because there's so much paint on this car over the years. And that's, look at this, watch it with my finger. I don't know if you see it came out. That's the first place. There you go, you're gonna get a chip. So if you're not gonna strip a car to bare metal, at least try and do your edges. So, but obviously I'm going to be stripping this sucker down. You're probably saying, why don't I blast this or something? There's no point in me blasting this because I'm putting new doors on, new trunk on, new fenders on. Not new, but you know what I'm saying. Quarter panels, complete floor. There's nothing left to blast. You know, there's the nooks and crannies. I agree with you. But for what's left, I can wire wheel it and clean it up just like I did here. And that literally took me a half an hour to clean all that up. So, yeah. Now, if the whole car was decent, or had some rust on the lower half, and I was gonna, you know, the plan was to keep the car, or whatever the thing is, well then, we'd blast her. You know, like if, I shouldn't say keep the car, but you know what I'm saying here. Anyway, so clean that up. Now I'm getting to here, I don't remember, it had some pinholes, I've welded those ones up, had some right here, had it across here. So taking care of that. On this side, it's got a couple more on the other side there. I don't want to crawl over all this shit. So that's what I'm doing right now on this day. And yeah, just keep playing. Just keep playing. It's not going to be a very it's not going to be the best of days here for getting lots done, but that's okay, because remember, something is better than nothing. Even if you only get an hour on your car every day, that's an hour ahead. You got to think about it that way. It's an hour ahead you are. Okay, so I got the rust taken care of there on the outside. Then, of course, there was some rust along in here that was happening, so I took care of that. I'll show you on the other side. Now we got some on the other side. So we'll take care of this too. You can just sort of see it there, pinhole, a little bit coming up through there. Another little pinhole down in here. So we'll take care of that next. And yeah, that's a good day. Look at the skies out here. What a beautiful day. I think it's like 17 or 18, I'm not sure. Can't complain, right? Almost the end of October. So rock and roll's playing, hot rods are sitting here. You're probably wondering when I'm going to go back on the shoebox for a video on that for Fun Day Sunday soon. I don't want to rip this car apart and have it all laying here apart until I got some parts and pieces to work on it with. So I ordered all new floor pans for it. I ordered all the new floor pans, I ordered new rockers, that's all on the way. So my plan is once that stuff arrives, then I'm going to start on this. And we'll be going back and forth. Shoebox and gasser. So there we go. What more can you ask for? Oh, and don't forget, we're going to bring the 58 wagon in this fall. It needs some floor work on the passenger side, and we're going to hook the AC up in it. Well, anyway, I'm going to play 55 some more. Well, let's go over what we did today. So we got window glass in the doors, moving up and down, including the vent windows. Got those working, rolling in and out. We ground down all around the windows, and we found rust, which we repaired. Repaired rust in here. We repaired rust along inside of here on either side. We'll go to the other side. Again, we repaired rust up and along in here and in here. Repaired it along in here. Good thing. Cleaned up all around the back window. Did not find any rust whatsoever. And then we got in here and we kind of cleaned out. Like I pulled the plug up in here. Still got to take these off. They just unscrewed just the cap, but kind of blew down in there and got a whole bunch of crap out of there, as you can see on the ground. All right, there's at least a pound less on the car. And when we're doing that, I came across a bunch of rust here. This car just never ends with rust. I basically, the time I'm done here, all I've got is a fucking dashboard and a roof. You know, because I mean, we're replacing doors, we're replacing quarters, we're replacing trunk, our whole complete floor plan. We're replacing the rockers. The trunk pan is actually good. We're not touching the trunk. Can you believe that? The trunk floor is good. The hood's good. So dash is good. The roof is good. There we go. That's all that's good. And anyway, it's okay. That's what we do here. I don't mind it. A little bit at a time. But that's what I got done for today. It wasn't a lot. Maybe not a lot today. Maybe not as much as I would like to get done. But that's it. It's kind of sunny out, and you can see the clouds are rolling in over there, and they're calling for rain for the next 3 or 4 days. So I kind of just want to stop a little ahead of the game. It's 4 o'clock now. I didn't get started out here till like 10:30. I just want to stop now and enjoy the last hour and a half of the day. Sit on the porch and just relax for that last little bit and enjoy the weather before the rain comes in. And then we'll be back again next weekend. I'm thinking next weekend I might be... I think we're going to try and get a lot done. I think we're going to have a Saturday and a Sunday fun day, because we have evening plans next weekend. So during the day, I'm going to stay home, work on my cars, or so I think. So anyway, hey, thanks for watching. Boring video, I know. Maybe you like it, maybe you don't. Doesn't matter. The gasser's on the way. Every little bit counts. It's always a good time and old time. See you next time.